Hello and welcome. I'm DYC89, and I just want to give a little discussion on what's going to happen in just a few days. On November 1st, Nintendo Direct, or more likely, yeah, Nintendo Direct, will show quite a huge section on Smash Brothers and an update on what's going on. Probably the new mode will be featured, alongside most definitely a few more reveals, as I do believe Sakurai has stated that all characters will be revealed before the game is released. Now, it's almost coincidental that this got announced as it did, as a few days ago, and most of the internet will know by now, there was this like Grinch leak. And it's titled this way because an image of all of the Smash Brothers characters were revealed in their banner. But the way they are defending this is because there's this like sticker banner for the new Grinch movie. So, hence why it's called the Grinch leak. Because if the Grinch banner is legitimate, by being something that's non-existent nowhere else, then surely that means that the banner would be real. More details have come out as well, both in the origins of who posted it, who did they work for, and some like even the company itself like backing down from it. Either way, this is a bit too coincidental, as if this next direct comes out and at that moment they inform that all characters are now complete, then this means that promotional art for it must have already been sent out. Deals like this via marketing should have already been finished. Because as we all know, even though the game is coming out in just a few days, they're probably already wrapping up development. So now all that there is left is just like shipping out the product and get their marketing and in all the stores that it's going to be sold at, and that can take some time. So all of that marketing material should already be finished as well, alongside with the game. If anything, they'll just take a few extra weeks or like the rest of this month to patch out anything else that might desperately needed to be checked. Now, with that being said, I just want to quickly talk about what may happen in November 1st, considering this leak. Now, two things I do want to like just put out the way. I do expect Shadow and Ken to be announced, probably being Echo Fighters of Sonic and Ryu. This being because even without considering any of the leaks, Smash Bros. Ultimate seems to be having this rival theme to it, and people have already noticed this as well. The Belmonts were announced, and Dracula is revealed as a boss, and then Donkey Kong and the gang finally got King K. Rool. Bowser and Ganondorf were shown as their respective rivals, alongside with Yellow Devil with Mega Man. So there's like these bosses already there to be rivals of the heroes, which is good because I always felt that was something that's missing from the Smash Brothers universe. Uh, all the villains. Like we only had Bowser, and then we only had Ganondorf, but that's it. And Mewtwo is kind of a bit of the gray area. He's not really evil. He's just whoever dares mess with him, he's gonna fight back. But he's not entirely evil. Even on the removed dialogue that he has, which I don't know why they remove it, it displays how much of like confusion Mewtwo is. Like he's not like inherently evil like Bowser or Ganondorf is. But now they're adding more villains, and that's great because that's one of the reasons why I love Smash Brothers Brawl, aside from Subspace Emissary, because that really brings to a whole point of everyone is here, and thus so are the bad guys. And Brawl was almost like a celebration of that. It's like the heroes having a struggle to fight the bad guys, and then joining up to fight a greater evil, in this case being Taboo. I'm not sure who's going to be the final boss for Smash Ultimate, but maybe they'll bring back Taboo. Or maybe they'll have a different take on Master Core this time around. Either way, I'm really liking this whole rival theme. So adding Shadow being the rival of Sonic, and adding Ken being the rival of Ryu. Although I would have loved to have Akuma, uh, Ken is a pretty good choice either way. Now, from that, there's some new characters shown in this leak, being Banjo Kazooie, Isaac, I don't know how to say his name, from Golden Sun, Mock Rider, which is like one of those retro characters alongside Game & Watch that they could bring back, and Mock Rider has been included both with like his theme songs and trophies. So seeing him included maybe even be a pick from Sakurai himself. Maybe he really likes Mock Rider. Finally, Gino, which I'm sure if he is included, is because of the Smash Ballad. Aside from Bayonetta, I'm sure he was one of the other ones that was very high up there. And Chorus Kids, which was actually rumored to being part of the Smash roster back in Wii U. So now he's making an appearance in, well, possible appearance on this new game on Smash Ultimate. Now, whenever be the leak is real or not, there's some pretty strong favors in here. Banjo Kazooie would, well, again, one of those characters that were rumored to be in the game a long time ago. And if he were to be included here, that would be quite amazing, actually. Considering that Banjo used to be there with Diddy Kong, I don't see why he shouldn't, be included. Because most of the arguments always is that, well, Banjo belongs to Rare. But technically, so did King K. Rool and Diddy, because those weren't originally Nintendo characters, like because they were made by Rare. Obviously, Rare had to get approval from Nintendo, but they appear in Nintendo games, so I don't see any reason why not to include these classic platform characters. And just thinking about Banjo being in Smash, uh, is so much good for me because Banjo was part of my childhood, so I would love to have him on this game. Because of ever since they separated from Nintendo, it just feels bittersweet. I want Banjo again. I really like Nuts and Bolts. I know people hated it because it wasn't like a successor to Banjo Tooie. Basically, they were expecting Banjo 3. But when I played that game, it felt like a love letter. All of the music was amazing. It was nicely orchestrated. They had these nice odds. I mean, like Easter eggs and nods to the previous games. They were even self-aware that it wasn't like the next Banjo game. Lord of Games or Log was kind of annoying on his presumptions of what this generation likes, and I think that was kind of bit of like the bad thing. But everything else was really good. I did enjoy the game, despite being a type of genre that I would otherwise not care about. Just having Banjo in there made that game interesting to me and enough for me to play it and finish it. Isaac is one of those games that I'm not very into RPG games. The only exceptions was Final Fantasy, but Golden Sun was another exception. And after I finished the first Golden Sun and saw him in Brawl, I was quite happy with that. But at the same time, I did wanted him to be in the battlefield alongside my other favorite characters. Because as far as Smash Bros. Keeps going, the characters that I use are have been increasing. In 64, I only use Yoshi and maybe Captain Falco. In Melee, I use Yoshi's gonna be in all of these, by the way, so might as well not mention him. But in Melee, it was just Bowser, Falco, because I prefer Falco over Fox, and Mewtwo. I no longer use Captain Falco. And then on Brawl, I still only use Yoshi. I actually stopped using Bowser, and I think that's it. I almost used Captain Falco again. I picked him up because he felt fun. But there's like this. There's not that many characters. Mewtwo was gone, so I couldn't use him anymore. And in Wii U, that got changed. I used Duck Hunt, uh, Greninja, Little Mac. Mewtwo is back. Mega Man. Like there's so many more characters, and now in Ultimate, there's really the Belmonts because I really love those games. I'm definitely gonna give King K. Rool a try. Splatoon is also a very good game, and I want to use characters like it's bringing in characters that not just do I love their games, but I'm also interested in the characters, and I want to use more of them. So now they bring in Banjo, which is a character I would like to use. Gino, which has been a fan favorite for Mario RPG, and just like closing that gap for maybe Super Mario RPG number 2 returning or something like that. So all of these things are quite basically hype for me. Now I would definitely like to see other characters, but if if these get announced, if these are to be true, I would be a happy video gamer because I know a lot of these characters would make a lot of people happy. So I know people hate leaks and things like that, but even if this leak, because it's still in that field of uncertainty, and sometimes I end up returning from work and seeing the announcement spread all over the place, so it ends up killing my hype anyway. So this, if anything, just gets me excited. I can't wait for November 1st, and I can't wait to see what Sakurai has in store for us. Actually the one I'm glad no leaks are about is the story mode. is there going to be a story mode? Or are they just going to keep something simple, like just an arcade run, where you just beat the final boss and that's it? Kind of how it was for Wii U. Which maybe I'm expecting that. I just do expect a final boss, and at the most a boss rush mode, which was also rumored to be in the previous game. But there weren't really that many bosses, but this time there is. So I hope I get to have those two back. A type of story mode. It doesn't have to be as grandiose as Subspace Adversary. I don't think the team has enough time for that one. But an adventure mode in the melee style would be nice enough. Anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. Uh, I've been putting images of what I've been explaining so far, mostly that leak image that was sent out. Either way, I can't wait for the Smash Direct this November 1st. I don't think I'll do a live reaction of it. However, I just want to get my opinions out there first. Well, until next time then, take care and have fun playing. Lates.